This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The Lehigh Valley Health Network is ready to help the world once again in a new COVID-19 vaccination study. That story and more next. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. Kent Jackson reports in the Standard Speaker that the Hazleton Area School District will build an Arts and Humanities Academy on land they purchased for $5.6 million in the Can-Do Corporate Center in Butler Township. It will be the district's fourth high school, and it will be located next to the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences. Current students in the Arts and Humanities Academy study at the Hazleton Area High School. The new building may not open until the 2022, 2023, or 2023-2024 school year. For more information on this story, go to standardspeaker.com. What happens next with COVID-19 vaccines? Will people need to get another dose? A local health network is helping answer those questions. Here's Lisa Sugart.
The Lehigh Valley Health Network is participating in a study to determine the need for a COVID vaccine booster shot. Here to tell us all about it is Dr. Joseph Józwiak. He is Lehigh Valley's principal investigator for that clinical trial. Dr. Józwiak, thank you so much for joining me here today. What is Lehigh Valley's role in this clinical trial?
So we are one of many sites around the nation and the world that'll be participating in a clinical trial looking at the main question that is on everyone's mind right now, which is, are additional doses of COVID-19 vaccines needed? So we were able to serve as a site for the original Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine that generated the information that led to the emergency use authorization. Individuals in that study were vaccinated at our site last September and then second doses into October. And what we're doing in this study is we'll be taking that group of individuals, the group that received their vaccines not quite a year ago, and we'll be offering them the chance to participate and see if they would like to receive the chance at a third booster. So they'll be randomized. They will not be able to pick whether or not they get a booster, and they'll either get a third dose of the original formulation, so the same exact Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, or placebo. So what we'll have moving forward is a group of people who have 3 doses in total, 2 in the original series and a booster about 10 to 11 months later, and a group that had 2 original doses in that first series and no booster. And we'll be able to compare over time how they do. Do we see a lower number of cases in the booster arm? We'll look for any changes in safety signals that may arise, and really ultimately answer that question of, will booster doses be necessary?
Now, how long does something like this clinical trial take to do? How long will it last?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we will be following this group for an additional year after the booster dose. So they'll still be followed for about a total of 2 years since their original vaccine doses.
So you're counting on those people who were in the first one then to take part in this. If you don't have enough people, is that a problem?
We won't be. So this study is set up to be about a total of 10,000 individuals worldwide. We started with about 44,000 individuals, so we shouldn't have any trouble hitting our targets with this. And even just from notifying individuals of a possibility, we're going to hit our enrollment numbers without any problem. We will not be enrolling from outside of the study for this trial.
Now, how are the COVID vaccines right now? Are they very effective in what you're seeing?
The reductions in hospitalizations, the reductions in death, and the reductions in cases of COVID-19 that we've seen throughout the beginning of this year really are due to the vaccinations that have been rolled out over the last 7 months. Both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, which are mRNA vaccines, that's been the bulk of what we've given in the United States. But certainly a few million individuals have received the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine as well. They've led to these reductions that brought us to where we were in the month of June with low case rates and hospitals, thankfully, after many months starting to empty out and seeing our death rates decline from the highs that we saw this past winter. What we're seeing right now, though, which is concerning, is a surge in cases in parts of the country where there are very low vaccination rates. So it tells us 2 things. It tells us that, 1, COVID-19 is still out there. that this Delta variant is doing a very good job, unfortunately, of finding unvaccinated individuals to be infected. And it also tells us that the vaccines are working even against the Delta variant in real life, because we are not seeing large surges right now in parts of the country where a lot of people have been vaccinated. So the vaccines do appear to be performing very well, even in the midst of the Delta variant.
If your trial is successful and it shows that people are doing well with the third one, do you think this could become something like a flu shot that we would get every year eventually?
Hard to say until we see the results. If it turns out that way, that we see less cases, less hospitalizations, and individuals who receive a third dose, and we confirm that it's safe, it certainly would raise that question. At a minimum, it lets us know that right now, maybe a third dose would be helpful. And, we'll still have to answer down the road, maybe a year from now, do we need to do it again? So if it looks that way, I would predict another study perhaps next year to answer that question of, is this truly necessary to be an annual thing? But I really need to tell you, it's not clear right now that it will be necessary. That's why we're doing the research, and it's why we're looking to answer that question. So thankfully, other groups are looking at this as well with other vaccines.
Today's news feature is brought to you by The Cheese Store and more. Go to their Facebook page to see their specials and check out their catering menu.
The opening ceremony is set for 3 p.m. tomorrow. That's right, we're just one day away from the Pennsylvania 11 to 12-year-old Little League All-Star Tournament at Whispering Willows Park in Cunningham. Today's countdown is brought to you by the Brass Buckle Mexican Restaurant. Hit a home run just across the street from Whispering Willows Park. Ken Pollock Ford, the most important option on your next vehicle is your dealership. Make that dealership Ken Pollock Ford, your #1 most trusted dealer. Boyer's Food Market, shop fast and save money. Over 6,000 items on sale every day. Falvella Law, seriously injured in a car accident? Call us. And All Care Home Care, your loved ones deserve the very best. For excellent home health care, call 570-459-3002.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. On Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 80 degrees. Saturday night, a chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low in the 60s. Sunday, showers likely and a possible thunderstorm, partly sunny with a high near 80 degrees. Sunday night, showers likely and a possible thunderstorm, partly cloudy with a low in the 60s. Monday, it's mostly sunny with a high near 80 degrees. Monday night, partly cloudy with a low around 60 degrees. And then on Tuesday, sunny with a high near 80 degrees. The weather is brought to you by Valley High Food Drive-In in West Hazleton. They're open Monday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. These hours may vary as they work on staffing for the summer, so call ahead or check them out on Facebook. Coming up next, a preview of community services for Sight's Christmas in July shopping event fundraiser. And in sports, we take a look back on the high school sports season at the Standard Speaker Athlete of the Week Awards.
There will be a Christmas in July shopping event on Saturday, July 24th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at Alta Pizzeria on Poplar Street in Hazleton. Craft and vendors will be there and food and beverages will be available. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Patrick E. Flynn Sr., age 75 of Hazel Township. The Crofton Hughes Funeral Home will announce their arrangements. And Anna K. Laganoski, age 96 of Freeland. Mass will be held on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. at St. Anne's Church. The McNulty Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Today's social and obituary report is brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. Call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.